Mr. Costner, it took you so long to do that movie, Horizon. So how much does it mean to you making this movie?
Well, it was a story that I thought of a long time ago, and I never fell out of love with it. And that's always a sign to me that it's something that has value, that some people will be able to revisit and watch over and over again. And because they, number one, love the story, love the characters, and it has length and scope, and you visit it like an old friend. And what's interesting is old friends always pick up anew, like nothing's ever changed. But when you watch Horizon, you will see things every time that you did not notice the first time you saw it. And I think that's great about a movie.
Mm. And it's your third Western movie after Dances with Wolves, after Yellowstone. So what attracted you to this genre, Western? Why is it so important for you?
Well, you know, it was real what was happening out in America. You know, people were leaving Europe, crossing the ocean with the idea that there was a promise over there. There was something that they could go build themselves. They could have land, something they couldn't have wherever they were at. They felt this draw. And it was a 300-year march. And it was a dangerous place. And because a lot of Westerns are silly, we've just begun to dismiss that. This is a real piece of history. It's a real journey. And I think people will come to love Horizon because it tells them a story in a way that they haven't heard before. I don't like a lot of Westerns. I don't like TV Westerns. I don't like in the 60s and 70s. They just, for some reason, you know, as your child, you watched and there was, you know, it was fun to watch, but they didn't speak to me as being real. And I think sometimes when we sit in the dark and we watch something, we feel like that's very close to what it must have been like.
And so far that I know, you invested 38 million of your own money?
No, it was a lot more than that, actually.
Wow. How much, if I'm allowed to ask?
No, it's not that important. I'm just telling you it's a lot more than that. But what you do when you want to support a dream, if you're having difficulty making it, you have to look at yourself. And in this instance, I felt like I could help. I felt like I wanted to because I like my relationship with an audience. And I trust when they see this title, whether it's at the big theater or whether it's on TV, they're going to stop and they're going to watch and they're going to be drawn into this story because that's how I try to make them, you know, with a detail that's haunting, where you go, oh no, I want to see this scene again. I want to see this scene again. I remember this scene. And I think that Horizon is filled with that.
Mm. But did you have maybe any sleepless nights? Because
what's that?
Sleepless nights, because of this huge amount of budget you put into that movie, because it's also a high risk.
But I'm not sure what your first question is.
Did you have sleepless nights because of that high amount that you put in that movie?
Do I have pressure?
Sleepless nights.
I don't know what that word is.
I would. Oh, it's just when you just wake up in the night and say, "Oh my God,
like
will it work out or not?"
Yeah, you know, I know what I've done. I have risked everything to try to do this, but not everything. I still will have my lifestyle. I may not have this big pile of things that I have accrued, but I would rather have my dreams fulfilled than protect something that's, I don't know, I like these things, but I like what I do more. I love my relationship with an audience. I love to bring them a story that they visit, they want to share. Just like when you read a great book, the first thing you say is, I read the best book last night. I heard the greatest song. I never heard it before. I saw this wonderful movie. And that's how we share as human beings.
Mm. And did you have maybe some memories from the set? Because I think at a production of this scale, anything can happen, especially with the horses or with the covered wagon and so on. Did you have some nice memories from the set where you have maybe fixed some things that go broke because of these old things that you have to handle with during the shooting? With all this Western stuff?
Are you talking about like nightmares about the shooting things? Or
no nightmares, just some funny memories from the set.
Oh, fond memories, yeah. Well, just every time I shot a scene, it was a scene that I'd worked on as a writer. So it was always exciting for me that I remember thinking about this scene, and now I'm out here and I have these horses and I have these wagons, and I remember writing this scene, and here it is right in front of me. Now what in the hell do I do? How do I shoot this and make this seem interesting? But every day I had the wonder. I never tired of what it was I was trying to do.
And you did also music, Kevin Costner and the Modern West. You've been in tour, I think, in 2011, also in this area. Did you have maybe some nice memories from your time in Germany?
We played about 5 or 6 places in Germany, and I loved it. I'd like to come back with the band, but I love playing music. In fact, the band has put 3 songs in Horizon, and our composer has also embellished them and made them symphonic, and so it's really beautiful.
How is it for you playing music in front of a live audience?
I love the live experience because, you know, people think they know me, but when they see me in concert, they actually have a chance to see me for a couple of hours, and we get to know each other even better.
Okay, and you visited us very often before. Did you maybe learn some German in the last years? Did you know a little bit?
I haven't learned any German. I'm so American. I only know one language, which I'm not proud of. But no one's ever confused me with anything other than maybe being an American. I wish I was able to speak other languages.
Okay, and my very last question, what is your greatest wish for the future? Because I think you have finished Horizon 2, and then next to shoot is Horizon 3 and 4, so what is your big wish for the future?
I have about 6 or 7 movies that I feel like I'd like to make and then maybe not make anymore. I don't know. One does involve, isn't set during World War II, and it involves Germans. I hope to make that one day. I have a book called Explorers Guild that I would like to turn into a series. I have a love story that I'd like to do and a couple comedies.
Sounds great.
Yeah.
So good luck for that. Good luck for the coming out of Horizon 1 in the cinemas. And hopefully it will be a big success in Europe, and hopefully it will...
Yeah, and you should understand that the first one is one of 4, and the second one's coming out later this year. So it's a journey. So involve yourself in the first one and know that the second one is going to be even harder. It's going to explain many things that were in the first one. So they're all knitted together.
Great.
Thanks.
I'm excited to see it.
Thank you.
I enjoyed the first one. Hayes does also a great job in that movie. It's a small part, but it's great.
Thank you.
And especially Sienna Miller and her movie daughter. This movie daughter is amazing. Keep her. She's amazing. She brings me to cry in that movie. This was the moment.
Saw the movie?
Yes, yeah, I saw the movie, and the moment when she cuts out the flowers for the soldiers.
Yes,
this makes me cry. This is such an emotional scene.
That's
amazing.
What's unusual about.
Yeah.
That's why people will revisit this movie long after its theatrical experience. They will want to continue to see this movie over and over because of the detail. I think the first job you ever had. What was the first movie you screened?
The first movie I screened was Dances with Wolves. Yeah, 1990.
Right. Were you nervous when you were screening?
No, because I just learned it, and it was just celluloid for me. But it was where my passion for cinema began to start.
Good.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you.